animal. Everybody's edible and yellow wolf is headed for your arm.
Los Angeles Clippers facing the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kevin Harlan here alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. 2K Sports welcomes you to our coverage of the NBA. Here are the five for the Clippers. Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, they're inside. Chris Paul is out there with Nick Young, and it's Butler in at the three. And for Oklahoma City, Durant, Ibaka, and Perkins compose. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Well, maybe the play of the game right there.
An alley-oop slam is always going to be at the top of the list there, Clark. You're right.
That's one of my favorite plays in basketball, guys. You know, fellas, this Oklahoma City team is built the right way. I mean, it's been done with patience. Through the draft, I mean, you got to have some good fortune there when you're talking about the draft. The money's been spent wisely, and now I think they're starting to approach the finished product, the team capable of winning NBA titles for years to come. Certainly they'll be contending for them, you would think.
Sure. Young with the ball. Jacks up a three, and Butler gets it to go on the assist by Young. Butler's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. For the Thunder, they've been a team that is preached defense first. And with the addition of Kendrick Perkins, that certainly adds now to a big, athletic, and physical, tough team up front, and really from top to bottom.
There's no stopping him when he gets to the basket like that. If you can't foul him in time, just get out of the way.
Now here's Perkins to end the run. He flies to the bucket and lays it in. Perkins got his first 2 points.
How about that surprise trade at the trade deadline a year ago? Kendrick Perkins going from Boston to Oklahoma City for Jeff Green. I think the Thunder really believes that Perkins can be their missing piece. You know, they knew they needed help down low defensively and with size, and Perkins is that guy.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Deflected. Young with the steal. Quick start here for the Clippers in this one. It's a 5-point game. A 10-footer. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there. Back to Perkins for just a moment. You know, his playoff calculator was a little bit up and down there. I know they made the trade in midseason with Boston. They liked him initially. Take a look at where he fits right now.
You know, that's a good point, Kevin. On the surface, you thought it would be a nice acquisition. I still think so. Again, you've got to give these things some time. He brings experience, championship pedigree, and he brings some physical presence to the middle that I think can be helpful. Now you have to figure out how to best integrate that into kind of a Greyhound-type, athletic, young, developing Oklahoma City Thunder team.
I thought he was at his best when Garnett was right there, and they're barking back and forth and setting that Boston D.
Hey, that's a very good observation by you. You make a few of those occasions.
I read your book.
You know, I'm not big on fancy. Hey, if you can make it happen, make it happen. Effective is what's important.
Doesn't matter how you get the points, right, Clark?
That's right.
As long as you get them, Steve.
Yep.
Put them in the hole. 2-2-2.
Yeah, exactly right. Just get it done.
Here's Paul. He's covered by Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. Goes back up. Straight up. And Griffin slams it in.
Yeah, he's a fighter, a battler, guys. I mean, always has been.
Well, that's vintage, Clark. You're right. Strong offensive rebound. Leads right into the slam.
Yeah, that's his identity.
How's that for finishing with play?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
Then he Del Negro didn't have an easy go of it leading the way for the Clippers in his first year coaching that team, but he was able to get them to up their win total, and that's something to build off of.
Here is Ibaka over Jordan. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
He was just a little bit off with his mechanics there for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Well, getting back to Del Negro, Clark, I mean, this is a team that has a lot of young talent, Blake Griffin to build around, but it's had a losing culture for so long. So this is a tough job. I mean, he's got to really change their style, get them to buy into playing defense and playing together, and try to build some momentum with a franchise that really never has had any.
Griffin is one of those players that come along ever so often. I mean, I have to admit, seeing him play for the Clippers, you wonder how it's going to work out, but he's special.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Perkins comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Derek Fisher subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Going back to what Clark just said, Blake has said he's not going to worry about the past of the Clippers. He's focused on the future. But, Steve, do you think he'll be able to reach his goals in the Clipper blue and red?
Well, it all depends on what the organization does around him. They've drafted well in recent years. They've established some salary cap flexibility. So the table is set.
And Young with the jam.
Boy, that's phenomenal. I mean, he's got major bounce ability. I can't think of any other way to put it.
Yeah, you would think he needs help to get up that high.
It does seem unreal, doesn't it? I mean, that's just his natural ability, though, guys. And Clark, bounce ability.
Clippers leading by 5. Now Paul looking for his first bucket of the game. Picked by Griffin. Outside Butler. Oh! Goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
There isn't anybody in the building that didn't appreciate that throwdown.
Well, Steve, that's as fancy a finish as you can possibly get.
Serious degree of difficulty on that one.
The offense coming from the Clippers. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Here's Fisher.
It may not sound like much, but the Clippers managed to go 19-33 against the Western Conference last season. That was a solid 4-game improvement over the prior season.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, they're inside. Nick Young is out there with Chris Paul, and it's Butler in at the small forward position. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Blake Griffin, a special talent, finds himself on a Clippers team that's been one of the NBA's least successful franchises over the years. Griffin said, to be honest, I always heard things about the Clippers, but it's something I know can be changed. I feel we can change that culture. Asked about the winning culture, Griffin said, when I came into the league, someone said to me, it's a long season. We're going to lose some games. You can't get mad over every loss. I've thought about it, and I don't agree with that. I'm never going to be okay with losing. When I'm okay with losing, it's time to walk away. Guys, Griffin already taking the leadership role on this young team.
Pretty impressive, Doris. Thanks. And it's Harden picking him up. And it's Butler missing. Thunder trailing by 7. Ibaka, the pass to Fisher. Harden. Hammers the alley-oop through.
The only question there was who was going to finish it. Easy, fast break.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they made the right call there, Steve.
Ball working against Fisher. And stolen by Fisher.
Turned it over there, but they built this lead by making most of their possessions and keeping their turnovers really low.
Here's Cephalosha, defended by Butler. Second chance shot, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Nice time to use that foul to stop the layup.
If you can save just 1 point, that foul was the right move.
And, one of the reasons Oklahoma City traded for Kendrick Perkins last season was it allowed the looking to slide Serge Ibaka to the starting power forward role, and he's ready. A long, athletic defender at 6'10". He's a really good player.
Young against Harden. And then Young with the jam.
Come on now, I didn't see. Can you believe that finish? Boy, a little bit of flair and flavor at the end of it.
Oh, that'll be a fan favorite, all right.
That was not your average, typical dunk.
Serge Ibaka, you picked up the game late in life, and he's still developing his awareness. Certainly an offense.
Yeah, I think you'd have to call him a raw prospect offensively. And that being said, Kevin, he's got pretty good form on that jump shot, and it does go in. So he's got a nice foundation to build on.
Just 3 to shoot, and it's rejected.
I think he's capable of shooting the ball much better than he has so far. Great lob, great catch, perfect execution on the alley-oop.
And not just with any old finish either. Oh, big stuff.
Yeah, little something for everybody, Kevin.
18 feet away. Shot's good from Young. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He's been so solid. You've got to keep him out there on the floor, really doing a nice job for the offense.
You know, the Thunder guys showed their talent in the playoffs last season. I think that devastating loss to Dallas in Game 4 of the conference finals was where they finally kind of caved in.
Leaps for it, and the Thunder recover. Here's Westbrook. He's got 6. Good work defensively by Paul.
And Clark, you mentioned Game 4 of that Oklahoma City-Dallas series, a 15-point lead for the Thunder with 5 minutes left in the game. Dallas came back and forced overtime.
Watch out below. Run for young fella.
Defense wasn't able to get back fast enough to contest.
Well, they were caught flat-footed after committing the turnover that time, guys.
And Ibaka kicks to Westbrook. Caron Butler covering. Over Butler. Tries again. Blocked. Clippers leading by 4. Paul outside. Westbrook picks him up. Chris Paul, and that's good. Paul's got 5 points now in the quarter.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Here's Westbrook, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, 3 years in the league, and in each of those years, Russell Westbrook has played all 82 games. Oh, what a blessing to be young and healthy.
Talking about Westbrook's streak, Steve, you know, he never missed a game at UCLA either.
Well, how valuable is that? When you have a point guard who you can rely on to be there for you every single night. Reminds you a little bit of Andre Miller, just the way he performs for his team on a nightly basis.
Gets it to go. 8 points for Chris Paul.
Seems to be getting better as this game goes on.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Baseline try. Another shot. And the basket by Collison.
They keep going right back to the paint, and who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I'd expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense. And defensively, remember, you got to fight through screens to avoid giving up open looks.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Steve, and the defense has to go over the top of that screen. I think that's how they get it done.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Clippers ahead, up by 11. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Thunder trailing by 11. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the Thunder. Durant, Ibaka, and Perkins compose the front court. Westbrook and Cephalosha in the backcourt. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, most NBA players will tell you that one of the toughest arenas to play in the league is in Oklahoma City. The Thunder have found success in their new home. They are consistently one of the top teams in attendance, and last year was no different. It has been likened to a college atmosphere. As Cole Aldrich said to the fans, no doubt the NBA's loudest fans are in Oklahoma City. Guys, we can't deny it.
Thanks, Doris.
Well, he might be right about this Thunder crowd. There's no question they are one of the loudest crowds in the NBA. So much energy. They just love this team. And remember, it's the only show in town here in Oklahoma City.
Griffin a screen on Westbrook. Now, here is... Oh!
Boy, he's got enough hang time there to put a little something extra on that one. 2 scoops of ice cream after that.
Well, that's a play that's going to be remembered from this game. That's for sure.
I think it was more like a banana split, Clark.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
You know, guys, I like what the Clippers have done. They have added some really good young talent to build on, and they're looking to improve upon their 9-32 road record of last season.
And the Thunder making a change here. Harden's checked in, and then for the Clippers, Reggie Evans, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Foy comes in for Nick Young, and Mo Williams subbed in for Chris Paul. And a young team like the Clippers, Steve, what do you think are some of the keys to winning on the road?
Well, it starts with defense and rebounding, because when you go on the road, you can't count on making long shots and getting transition and finding easy points. The game's going to be tougher, so you have to defend and rebound to give yourself a chance.
Williams in the post. He's covered by Westbrook. Here's Griffin. Lays it up and banks it in. Griffin's got 8 points.
What an offensive display he's putting on.
And at this point, Steve, you got to put more pressure on him. Bring help and make him move the ball.
Butler on the wing. Guarded now by Durant. Butler dishes to Foy. Fires the 3. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Now, the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots. And that's what they've done.
Durant for 3. And it goes out of bounds following the shot.
And the reason Kevin Durant is so difficult to guard, he's about 6'10", and about a 7'5" wingspan, and shoots the ball right over the top of defenders.
Nick Collison's checked in for Serge Ibaka. And here is Williams. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Back to Griffin. Working on Collison. And the rejection by Perkins. But they retain possession. Butler. Offensive rebound. And Griffin backs in. 4 on the clock. Another block. But they recover it. Westbrook against Williams. Westbrook picks him up. Shot clock at 6. Williams gets the bucket. You talk about Durant's length and shooting ability. For most defenders, you're just not going to get that shot.
Not when a shooter like him has pretty much free reign to shoot anytime he wants to. And over the top of most all defenders, that's a recipe for video game type number.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Look, the Thunder 2 seasons ago managed to give the Lakers a run for their money in the first round, but in this last season's playoffs, they put the league on notice that their sights were and are much higher.
So for the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Evans, and it's Martin in for Blake Griffin.
Nice job attacking the lane and forcing that defender into the blocking foul.
A little bit of a deer in the headlights look by that defender as the driver picked up steam going to the hoop.
I think, Clark, around the league, the Thunder have been held up as the example of how you build a contender from the ground up. They certainly, Steve, lived up to that praise, I thought, this past season.
Yeah, they really seem to have all the pieces that a team needs to contend for a championship. A star player in Kevin Durant, great point guard, and Russell Westbrook. They've got complementary pieces as well. And now it's just a matter of letting this team grow and move forward together.
And Williams backs in. Butler with the ball. 9 points in the game so far.
Now, he will eat you alive unless you play him tougher defensively.
Here's Westbrook. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Westbrook's got 12 points in the game.
It's a good thing he showed up today, because without him, this team would be in big trouble.
Scott Brooks enjoyed a long career in the NBA before becoming a coach, playing point for a lot of teams over the course of 11 seasons in the league. Yes, indeedy. Boy, I love that one. That's not just any plain dunk. That has some panache to it.
It's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
That is, and that will lift the whole team up.
Now here's Williams. He's covered by Westbrook. Up with it. And finished off by Martin.
Nothing fancy for him on that jam. Just a textbook flush.
Markey put it away without a moment's hesitation. Got a piece of it. Here's Westbrook. Martin gets the rebound.
Tell you what, the defender made a nice recovery there. It looked like he was beaten, but he still managed to challenge the shot.
And Butler gets it to go.
And everything's falling from the three-point line here in the second half.
And guys, you know, one fed into the other. I mean, now they're shooting with great confidence, and they're on a roll.
The three from Harden. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Williams fires, and that's not going to go. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Here's Paul. So for the Clippers right now, Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, they're inside. Chris Paul is out there with Nick Young, and it's Butler in at the small forward. And Griffin backs in. Jumps up. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
He dishes it to Fisher. Butler is whistled for reaching in. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Harden over Jordan, and that's good. What a shot that time. Here's Paul. They set the pick off the screen, and it's blocked. Tipped. Durant gets called for the reach. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's just a flat frustration foul right there.
Boy, down like they are, he just took it out on his opponent. I mean, you've got to keep your composure. I don't think that was one of his best moments.
Harden against Young. Slams it on the run.
Now, that's a special order right there.
Not everybody can cap off a dunk like that.
Yeah, very difficult maneuver, but a tremendous one if you can pull it off.
That was vicious. I mean, real vicious. He hung on the rim just to say, you realize this is my basket, don't you?
Yeah, that is a nice finishing touch.
Yeah, just finishing with a little emphasis, guys. Nothing wrong with that.
And here they come. Durant kicks to Harden. Paul against Harden. Harden gets whistled for blocking. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Thunder with some changes. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Durant. Cephalosha comes in for Daquan Cook. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for James Harden. Outside Griffin. Puts up the baby hook. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
How impressive was Blake Griffin? Became an all-star in just his first season actually playing with the Clippers. And not many people can ever do that in the NBA, especially these days when the players are coming in at such a young age.
And Blake Griffin, an all-star in his first season, the last rookie, Clark, to be selected.
Hey, don't let that size deceive you now. He can get to the rim as good as anybody.
Well, he doesn't mess around once he gets there, that's for sure.
Now, guys, he loves to throw it down with some style.
Al Paul leads him in there. Straight up. And Griffin scores. The assist by Paul. Griffin's got 9 points in the second half.
Carving him up inside there, Kevin. Vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
Now, that's how to get your point across. That's making it big.
I know you and I can feel that all the way over here.
Yeah, you know, if you're a defender, you want to see anybody but him with the ball in his hands in that situation.
And here is Paul. He's covered by Fisher. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Now, that's just rubbing it in, fellas.
Throwing it down was fine.
These folks are not going to forget that one anytime soon.
Blake Griffin doing all sorts of things. He's got 17 points and 2 rejections. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
This is a night to remember for sure, guys.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Thunder. Harden comes in for Derek Fisher. Knocks it loose.
That's his first turnover of the game, so for the most part, he's run the offense pretty well.
Paul for 3, and the Clippers miss again. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You got to value the possession of the basketball.
I know you agree with that, Steve.
Oh, totally. You got to play with control and composure, Kevin.
And good on the basket. Look it. Westbrook's got 7 points here in this quarter.
I'm sure that's a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in the first half.
The turnovers have upticked for them. They can't afford to let their concentration lapse here.
Durant for the 3, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. Paul's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Ever since coming out of the locker room at halftime, it seems like they've been very lackadaisical with the ball.
Harden can't hit.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Here's Butler. Down goes the slam.
Well, they're just trying to run clock now. I mean, this thing is pretty much over.
Yeah, there's nothing but the result to be determined. So it's time to start thinking about the next game now.
Free throw, good Butler.
Tough season last year for Caron Butler. He was playing so well before he went down with that torn tendon. So hopefully he'll come back and have a strong season this year.
You know, his athleticism kind of sneaks up on you. You forget about how athletic he is until he makes a play like that.
What a powerful move to the hoop, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Kind of catches you off guard, doesn't it? Because he's got those little legs, and then all of a sudden, bam, he just explodes.
Steve, that patella tendon injury, really a major setback. I mean, Caron is one of the toughest players in the league and has been since he stepped foot in the NBA. If anybody can come back from that, I think he can.
Paul against Westbrook. Westbrook against Paul. Throws up the alley-oop. Oh, and a nice defensive play to interrupt the alley-oop.
Boy, a lot of darkness there. No daylight to get that ball through.
Harden is called for the charge. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Good call there. He got his feet planted. He was definitely set.
Yeah, that's excellent anticipation, Steve. He got out in front and was able to set his feet and take the charge.
That's a 2 from Paul. Ooh, offline. And the dunk by Jordan.
Nice offensive play there, and this one's pretty much in the books, guys.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? It was a very good showing from them to come away with the win. I was very impressed.
Here is Durant. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying